I'll kind of give you a bit of an indication about drills and what we're looking for there. So D really comes down, that D is drive, okay, and that's to do with the bottom part of your body. It's really your core and down. So if I was doing 15s underwater, fly kick with some fins, I'm working particularly on drive, okay? I want to build that underwater into my butterfly. I want that leg drive to really be pushing my body forward and up. Okay, those are the two things there. We don't get a massive amount of propulsion from our legs. We honestly don't. I've seen some of the best kickers get beaten by average kickers in full stroke, just because they don't have a great pull, perhaps. You know? But it forms the foundation of our body position. You're maybe going to get 10 to 20, arguably 10 to 20% propulsion with your kicking. Okay, so a lot of people will then just go 20%. I'll work the 80-20 rule. I'll do 80% of pull all the time and just think about my arms and not worry about the legs. But where the problem comes in is because you're not working your legs, your hips drop down. So you don't have to be a fantastic kicker. You don't have to be the best kicker in the world to be okay at sprinting. Because what you're trying to establish with the kick is more a body position. There is some propulsion, obviously. Okay, and when the margins get really tight, that kicking does become important because those are the guys that are probably going to win the race. All right, but when we come to kicking and just focusing on that, you need to be putting quite a bit of kick in your program. I encourage you. If you have open water swimmers, give them kick. Now, I'm an open water swimmer. I don't do kick. Why? Like, you know, you watch Rottnest swimming and you watch all of these big open water swims, and the guys are just getting better and better at kick because they're understanding what it's doing to their body. They're like, gee, if I can actually just drive this kick a little bit better, I'm going to be higher in the water, and even though I'm in open water, I'm going to be able to go through the water better. Okay? So it's not about having a strong, fast kick consistently all the time when you're swimming. It's about just having that kick enough that you can get your body positioned up. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we've got a little red marker 10 meters out. Okay? 10 meters out. We're all going to go back to freestyle at the minute. And what I want you to do is get nice and firm on your kick. You're getting to streamline now. Push off the wall. If you need to breathe, you don't have to do a scull. You can just lift your head to breathe. Head back down through to the 10. And then I want you to add arms to that kick. Your goal is to try to not drop that kick off. Now this is a bit sprinty. That's okay. Open water and distance swimmers also can sprint. All right. In fact, I highly recommend it. I'm working with one of my top open water swimmers right now, and we are doing lots of sprint work because you've got to be there if you really want to be in the competition side. If you're just going for a leisurely swim, they're still going to need some kick. It'll help them. Okay. All right. Are we ready? 10 meters of kick, strong. Add arms in, just 20. 2, 1, go. Now don't forget about the line. Your body's up. Ready, and go. Big muscles in the legs. So I know these muscles are going to sap you off. Alright, they're going to make your swimmer pretty tired. So this type of stuff, keep it short, but keep it consistent. And then when they're swimming in their aerobic work, and you can see that every time they're crossing, they're breathing, they're crossing their legs. Or they just kind of not kicking consistently. It doesn't have to be as forceful as that was, but it's just kicking awareness and trying to build that strength. Trying to keep that kick moving the whole time. Okay? We had a swimmer in 2018, female swimmer, that won the Rottnest, and I could not believe her kick that she had the entire way that she did, the Rottnest. And I said, how did you do that? How were you able to kick so consistently? And she said, that's how I kick. And this is an open water swimmer, and she's not amazing at pool, but she beats some really strong pool swimmers. Like pulling swimmers. Alright, so the kick is definitely important, and you can develop a conditioning to keep your kick more consistent. A lot of swimmers will just go, I don't want to do it. Quit. Okay, that's a great question. How many would you do? All right, so we call these explodes, or we call them like short, fast reps. I'd start with 4. I'd start with 4. And you can build it up because your group might not be used to that type of stuff, okay? And give them some rest. I'd do that probably 15 meters on 30 seconds. Get them out to the 15 and then get them back to the wall again. So they just roll them through. And then you can extend that out to probably 8. All right, you wouldn't need to do more than that. Okay, it's more of an activation type of thing. You wouldn't make it a main set. Okay, it's something you would roll before your main set, just to make sure the legs are working. All right. Cool. All right, we're back in action again. Now that wasn't bad. I'm going to ask you to slow your arms down now. So we're looking for fast legs, which you're going to establish to the 10 meters, and then I want slow arms. Okay. So now I'm going to get you to slow your arms down, which means you're not going to get as much propulsion. A little bit harder, a lot of coordination involved here, but let's just try and keep those hips up, okay? This is more of an activation skill, all right? Ready, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ready, go. Okay. So the legs are a little bit activated now. I'd like everybody to go for a full 100, medium pace, all right? And I want your leg drive to be, I want it to be kind of medium pace. So what you'd do if you were swimming at a medium pace, all right? And probably just power it up a little bit more than you would normally. Okay, just keep those skills up. Keep your arm rate, yeah, you can keep it pretty low, okay? So call this like A1 or like 60% of your max, okay? So this is like really low key now. This is like, okay, let's just say you're doing a cool down. Let's call it a cool down, all right? But in this cool down, we're not just gonna flop up and down. We're gonna try and like say, hey, we've worked on a little bit of body position here. Let's maintain that, okay? So freestyle from everybody. And all these coaches are gonna judge your kick based on what it looks like now and what it looks like before. 100.
My friend.
Right. Ready, 2, 1, go. Ready, 2, 1, go. 2,